Euro 2008 is mainly remembered for the dawn of the legendary Spanish team that took the tournament home, but an overlooked part of Euro 2008 is Turkey's incredible run. Under the management of Fatih Terim, they came back from the brink many times, and in a run full of drama and memorable moments, they set the tournament alight. This is the story of Turkey's incredible run at Euro 2008. Euro 2008 was the third time Turkey had qualified for the European Championships. They went out at the group stages in 1996 and reached the quarter-finals in 2000. They also reached the semi-finals of the World Cup for the first time in 2002. They had begun to prove themselves on the international stage, but were marred by inconsistency. Towards the end of their failed qualification campaign for the 2006 World Cup, Fatih Terim was appointed Turkey manager. He had won numerous honours with Galatasaray, but also previously managed Turkey during their disastrous Euro 96 campaign. Turkey's qualifying campaign was another example of their inconsistency. Whilst they won their first 4 games, they then drew with Norway and Malta before being defeated by Bosnia-Herzegovina. A win over Hungary followed, and a draw and defeat would see them scrape their way to second place in the group. People were growing frustrated with Terim's tinkering, with his changing of lineups and formations time and time again being seen as a key reason for their inconsistency. However, with the likes of Tuncay, Arda Turan, Nihat Kaveci and Mehmet Aurelio, there were reasons to be optimistic. Turkey were drawn in Group A, alongside Portugal, Switzerland and the Czech Republic. Their first game was against the Portuguese. Turkey didn't have a chance, with goals from Cristiano Ronaldo and Pepe seeing the Portuguese to a 2-0 victory. Up next were co-host Switzerland in soaking wet conditions. Switzerland took the lead in the 32nd minute, and Turkey needed an answer in order to make sure they weren't going to go home early. But thankfully, an equaliser from Semih Şentürk would prove a lifeline. The game headed into the final moments. Whilst the points would have been promising, a win could truly give Turkey's campaign a real shot in the arm. In the 92nd minute, Arda Turan cut inside and shot at goal. His effort was deflected but found its way into the net. Turkey had found 3 points in dramatic style. After the game, Terim said, "Euro 2008 began for us tonight. We have hope for the last game and, God willing, we will secure the win that sees us through." Turkey's final group game came against the Czech Republic. The game was virtually a playoff. The two sides were level on goal difference, goals conceded and goals scored. If the game finished with a draw, it would have to be decided via penalty shootout. Things again did not start well for Turkey. Jan Koller gave the Czechs the lead in the 34th minute. In the 62nd minute, Turkish defender Emre Gündoğan was carried off the pitch injured. Before Turkey could bring on a replacement, Czech Republic made their advantage count, with an unmarked Jaroslav Plazil turning in a cross to make it 2-0. It seemed as though it would be end of the road for Turkey, with only half an hour left of the game, but soon they had a lifeline. Arda Turan fired in a goal in the 75th minute to give his side some hope, but time dragged on and Turkey were minutes away from crashing out of the Euros. In the 87th minute, Hamit Altintop swung a ball into the box. Petr Cech came out of his goal to meet it, but astonishingly it slipped from his hands and it fell to Nihat Kaveci, who instantly met the ball to slip in an equaliser. Turkey had come back from the brink to save themselves. With only minutes left, it seemed as though the winner would be decided by penalties. But only 2 minutes later, Nihat was in again. He advanced on goal and curled it towards the corner. It went beyond Petr Cech, bounced off the bar and went in. Turkey had completely turned the game around in a matter of moments and were now ahead. But the drama still wasn't done there. The Czechs had a great chance to equalise, and shortly after, Turkish goalkeeper Demirel was sent off for pushing a Czech player. Having run out of substitutes, Tuncay would have to go in goal for the final moments. But Turkey held on, and the game finished 3-2. It was an astonishing match, full of drama, and Turkey had been able to save themselves right at the death. They were through to the quarter-finals, where they would face Croatia. Croatia had impressed at the tournament so far, winning all of their group games and boasting the likes of Luka Modric and Ivan Rakitic. Turkey were facing an injury and suspension crisis, with 4 players ruled out, including goalkeeper Demiral. Rüstü Rekber, who had been a key part of their run to the 2002 World Cup semi-finals, would take his place in the net. The game was a tight one, with neither side able to find a goal that would take them through. 90 minutes passed with no goals, and the majority of extra time also went without much incident, but suddenly, in the 118th minute, everything changed. Rüstü chased down the ball that had found its way into the box, but Luka Modric beat him to it. The midfielder swung the ball into the area, whilst Rüstü desperately sprinted back to his goal. In the middle was Ivan Klasnic, who headed Croatia in front. With only a couple of minutes to go, it seemed as though Turkey had finally bitten the dust. But as many of the Turkish contingent may have given up, Terim knew it wasn't over until the final whistle. He stated, "I saw some of the players lying on the pitch. I told them to pick themselves up. I wasn't about to give up. I never have in my career. You should never give up until the referee blows the final whistle." Rüstü, keen to redeem himself, hit a free kick high up the field and into the Croatian penalty area. It bounced and fell to Semih Şentürk. He fired the ball into the top corner. In the dying seconds, Turkey had saved themselves. It was time for them to be tested with a penalty shootout. Croatia, having thought the game was won, were now deflated, whilst the momentum was with Turkey. Luka Modric put Croatia's first penalty wide of the post. Arda Turan took Turkey's first penalty and slotted it into the corner to give them the lead. Cerna would level the score for Croatia with his kick, and Semih netted for the second time that night to put Turkey back in front. Up next was young Ivan Rakitic. He stepped up, but just as Modric did, he blazed his kick wide of the post. Hamit Altintop was next, who had the chance to put Turkey 2 goals ahead. He made no mistake. His kick found its way into the bottom corner, and Turkey had taken a giant step towards the semi-finals. Mladen Petric had to score for Croatia, or else the game would be over. Petric took a long run-up and fired the ball towards goal, but Rüstü leapt to his left to make the save. Turkey were through to the semi-finals, and Rüstü had completed his redemption. It was incredible from Turkey. Having once again been seemingly down and out, they had been able to pluck up a miracle out of nowhere and find their way through. Turkey's next game would be a much stronger challenge. They were up against Germany, and as if the daunting task of facing a side who had won the tournament 3 times before wasn't enough, they had to face them with only 14 outfield players available for selection, due to a combination of injury and suspension. But in the 23rd minute, it seemed as though another shock was on the cards. A Kazim shot bounced off the bar, but found its way to Ugar Boral, who took the ball over the line. Turkey's lead was short-lived, however, with Bastian Schweinsteiger levelling only 3 minutes later. The teams went in at half-time, level. Turkey held out for most of the second half, but in the 79th minute, disaster struck. Rüstü missed a cross, and it fell to Miroslav Klose, who headed the ball into an empty net. But Turkey would not go down without a fight. In the 85th minute, Semih put the ball past Jens Lehmann and into the net, to bring Turkey back level. It seemed as though the game was going into extra time, but in the 90th minute, Philip Lahm was played through by Thomas Hitzelsberger. He curled the ball past Rüstü and into the top corner. This time, there would be no late miracle for the Turks. The game finished 3-2 to Germany, and Turkey were out of the Euros. Whilst it was heartbreaking for Turkey, they were able to leave the tournament with their heads held high. Terim, who left Turkey shortly after, said after the game, "I simply told the players that I am proud of them and they should not feel bad about the result. I wish them a lot of success in the future. 70 million people in their hearts were beating with the players tonight. That is very important. We have been able to show to the world what a good team we are." Whilst Euro 2008 is mainly remembered for the heroics of Spain, Turkey's run was truly unique. A run full of drama and last-minute goals, their never-say-die attitude was inspirational and shows that the game isn't over until the final whistle blows.